Hi, Aries. Welcome back to Peaceful Oracle. This is your December 2021 reading. So the words that I heard for you, Aries, this month was fiercely protective and fiercely protected as well. I feel like you are standing in your power, you're confident this month, and you have a very strong protective shield around you. And it feels like you are not really letting anybody in your sphere that you don't trust, or you feel like it's like you just don't have the energy to deal with games, is what I'm hearing. And it feels like you're very determined and goal-oriented, and you have a lot of changes or just dreams and ambitions that you want to manifest for this coming year. And it feels like you're letting go of all the distractions or anything that is going to pull you off of your game. So I feel like this month you are setting up those strong boundaries, and you are being very clear about your priorities. So you're showing up very powerfully this month, Aries. Okay, let's get into your theme for this month of December. Yeah, it's like you're in a you're not playing around is the energy that I'm sensing here. Very fierce and powerful. Okay, what is the theme for Aries in the month of December? Patience. I think that you have a lot of patience. I feel like you are, you know what's coming. I feel like you're very clear about the direction that you're headed in, and you are holding on to this faith and just this inner knowing that you know that your time is coming up, or what is meant for you will come. And you're moving forward with that confidence and not feeling like you're restless, or you're wondering, or you're doubting if something will happen for you or not. I feel like you've gained some clarity, and you know that something is opening up for you, and you're waiting very patiently. And I feel like as you're waiting patiently, you are just making the necessary preparations, and almost like you're just biding your time. It feels like you will perhaps put your energy into other things that will help you in this new path that you're in. But it feels like you're showing up very confident in the fact that things are going to work out for you, and your time will come when the time is right. So you're trusting in that divine timing, and you're holding on to faith and a very, very strong inner knowing. It doesn't even feel like a hopeful or wishful, like I hope this happens. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like, no, I know that this is going to happen, and it's only a matter of time before my time comes. So yeah, you're showing up very strong and very powerful. And I feel like you're very hopeful for this next year as well. This is not your 2022 reading. It's your December reading, but I have a sneaky suspicion that it's going to be very similar for 2022. Okay, let's get into your tarot cards here. Okay, what is showing up for Aries in the present moment? I feel like I'm hearing the word clarity. So you might have had to really deal with a lot of different options in front of you in the past. And I feel like you are now making the final decisions. You are doing the work in eradicating, is the word I'm hearing, eradicating all the unnecessary distractions. And you have your goal set on one thing or one or two things. You're being very selective and very exclusive with what you want around you and what you choose to devote your time and energy to. And I'm hearing peace of mind. So it feels like you are only focusing your energy on the things, the people, the activities, anything that you want to include in your life. You are dedicating it to whatever brings you a sense of peace of mind. What is crossing the Seven of Water for Aries in December? I also feel like with the Seven of Water that you're allowing things to come to you rather than having to chase after them. So you are confident that whatever is meant for you, whatever is right for you, will come to you. That you're placing that trust in the universe. You're placing that trust in source. You're not feeling the need to go after and chase anything. Yeah, and then we have the Eight of Water crossing it. So I feel like some of you might have to make some choices or decisions that might require you to move. It may require you to walk away from certain connections, is what I'm hearing. So you might be making those final decisions. So for some of you, you may have been playing around with, not playing around, but debating if certain connections are right for you at this next stage in your life. And I'm seeing that some of you are choosing to walk away. Some of you are choosing to close the chapter or close the book on a relationship because it feels like it's done and over with. And so the month of December may come some big moment there where you have an epiphany or you have just this eye-opening moment where you finally decide and choose. I'm kind of feeling like this hard close, at least within you, in you making a decision. And then at the top of the overall arching theme of your reading is a Six of Fire, which is getting ready to put yourself out there, getting ready to be seen, allowing yourself to also explore is what I'm hearing, exploring what else is out there for you. It feels like you want to open up more to life. You want to see what else is out there for you. And I feel like you're ready to do that. It feels like you're ready to move on to something else and you're ready to explore. And it feels like you have an enthusiasm about it. You're excited for it because you have this newfound energy. You have an inspiration or a fire within you where you're ready to just put yourself out there and you're ready to be seen for who you are. I feel like you want to also I'm hearing also to show some kind of ability, skill, or you want to be recognized or acknowledged for something you can do, something that you're able to put out into the world, or something of a service. You want to connect with people in that way, with something that you're able to offer. Yeah, you want to be seen. This is also a card of being in the spotlight. This is a card of being seen, having a victory, having eyes on you, being recognized, acknowledged. So it kind of feels like you are investing in yourself. You're investing in yourself. You're investing in your growth. You're investing in going to the next level and expanding and growing. It really feels like you want to expand to the next level here. So I kind of feel like that's what your focus is going to be on in the month of December. In your past, we have the Nine of Air, which is a good card to see for your past. I'm just going to move this over here because it's a card of worries, and it's a card of feeling really conflicted, and sometimes it's even the card of turmoil, like not really feeling like you have a exit or you can get out of a sticky situation or something that's causing you a lot of sleepless nights. So it kind of feels like the worst is behind you is what I'm seeing. I feel like you've been battling with your mind quite a bit. You might have had, I'm hearing that there was a battle between the heart and the mind, like your heart was wanting one thing, but your mind was wanting something else or telling you to do something else. And I feel like you're finally putting some things to rest. You're ready to, it feels like in the month of December, you're making some decision or you're making some big choice in what direction you want to move in. Okay, what's at the foundation? Messenger of Water. I also feel like you might be ready for some new beginning in connections with other people. I feel like you want a fresh start. You want a new beginning in connecting with others. You are ready to put down. It kind of feels like something was stagnant. There may have been some relationships or connections from the past that were just running. They were kind of, you've outgrown them. You are not resonating with them anymore. And now it feels like you are preparing or making the necessary preparations to meet new people, to put yourself out there, to, kind of change up the way you do things, and even maybe the kinds of people that you interact with. I feel like the vibe is different because you're different. Yeah, it almost kind of just feels like your entire environmental sphere is like the vibe is changing. Okay, what do we have coming up for Aries in the future? In the near future for Aries. Okay, looks like you're investing. It could be investing in a move, is what I'm seeing here with the Queen of Earth and the Seven of Earth. You're wanting to build something long-term for yourself, and it feels like you're investing in yourself. You're taking a risk also is what I'm seeing. You're taking a risk, but it's a calculated risk. It doesn't feel like it's something that's not well researched or well thought out. It feels like it's something that's just appropriate for this next stage in your life. The Queen of Earth comes in as someone who is very good at having the patience to cultivate her empire. She knows what it takes. She knows that it takes time. And she knows that anything worth having requires patience, care, nurturing, and a consistency, like a perseverance through any storm. And I feel like Aries, you are at this junction where you're taking a look at all the work that you've done up until now, and you are seeing where you're at. You're taking an assessment of where you're at. And you're also making the necessary choices that you need to take in order for you to prioritize your growth. So I feel like that's the choice that you're making. That's the fork in the road. That's the path that you're taking, is you're realizing that I can go this way and invest in other people or these relationships that really are not serving me. And I'm not seeing growth or potential here. And then there's another one where it may require you to let some things go. But on the other hand, there's a lot of growth and abundance, and it's the next level. So Seven of Earth comes in when we have this almost like a pit stop where we take a second to assess, where we take a second to take a look at everything we've built up until now and see where we want to go. And so I feel like that's where your energy is going to be in the month of December, where you're taking an assessment of where you want to go from here and making the necessary changes, movement forward. But I do feel like in the month of December, you're going to be deciding something. And I feel like that decision is going to require you to let something go and choose something different. And that different decision may also require you to take some chances, some risks. And I also did feel like moving. So some of you could be moving, traveling. Some of you maybe even moving abroad or traveling abroad. I did feel like some of you wanted to get out of even, like a complete change in culture or scenery. So there is a really big, and I feel like there's something that might even surprise the people around you. Because I really did feel radical change or a complete radical change in environment. So some of you may really just want to have like a completely fresh new start here, but it has some kind of basis behind it. It's not just you up and leaving. I feel like you have a plan, you have an idea, and wherever you go, there is a plan behind it. Like, you're going to the place where you can really grow, especially if it's like a business or there could even be something about you growing spiritually or growing as a person, a place that you can go where you can see yourself really growing as a person as well, if it's not related to work. Okay, emotional sphere for Aries. Yeah, I like this. So we are at the messenger verse. So this is in your present emotions here. So this is also learning a new thing. You're willing to learn. You're willing to be a student, again, is what I'm hearing. You're willing to discover what it would take in order for you to go down this new path or go down the next road. This is, you have an open mind. You have a learner's mind. And you're you feel like you need to do that in order to make your way into this next path. And I kind of feel like you're going to be going at something alone. I don't feel like there's people coming with you or there's anyone coming with you, really. It feels like you're setting out something on your own. And it's requiring you to have that courage to do that, especially if you're used to being around a lot of people or you're used to having people with you all the time with wherever you go. I kind of feel like you're doing something different. You're doing something on your own. You are just doing something that really catches people off guard or just surprised because it's almost maybe out of character, but you're realizing that it's actually very within character of you. It's just that you never allowed yourself to express it. And now you're allowing yourself to be more authentic with your wants and needs. And I feel like something that maybe you were wanting, that there was like this burning desire within you, is to make some kind of change where you want to explore something or do something that you may have been holding yourself back from. So with the Messenger of Earth, I kind of feel like you're trailblazing a new path for yourself. You're doing something differently. Okay, environmental sphere for Aries for the month of December. Yeah, you're following your intuition. So this month, I feel like you're going to get a lot of downloads, in the sense that you may be getting a lot of visions, a lot of dreams, a lot of insights, a lot of ideas. So I would suggest to write things down if you feel like there's a lot of information pouring through you. You may find that your crown chakra is highly active this month. So make sure you cleanse and clear that chakra often, and you cleanse and clear your aura and your energy, because as that energy starts to pour down, you may start to feel a bit stagnant or overwhelmed. So what they're telling me, I'm also hearing salt. So take salt baths and kind of do that regular hygiene, energetic, spiritual hygiene is going to be really important for you, Aries. But yeah, you're going to be getting a lot of support and insights and guidance from spirit. And that's what's causing you to go in directions where people around you may think like, well, what are you doing? Oh my God, you can't just leave. You can't just quit your job, or you can't just not be friends with us, that kind of thing. It feels like you're really being guided. There's a method to your madness almost, but other people may just kind of be looking at you like, what is she doing? Or what is he doing? But you are very clear, because you can hear and you can sense, and you know, you have a deeper knowing for your path. You have complete trust, and you're very, very clear about it. Just like with the patience card here is what I was sensing, where, you know, you're just biding your time. You know something's coming for you, know something's meant for you, and you're not worried about it. You're just waiting for the right time, divine timing, and you're trusting in that. So there's a strong confidence and a strong like willpower and perseverance to you this month, and you're not really going to let anybody shake you. I see you just showing up really powerfully this month, Aries. Okay, let's get into your hopes, dreams, and desires for Aries. What is Aries hoping to accomplish in the month of December? In your hopes, dreams, and desires, the Tower card really feels like you want an ending to something. I think that you're just ready to break something down. Actually, it almost kind of feels like the Tower card you're doing voluntarily. Aries, I don't think that this is something that's happening. I mean, it's something it's co-creating with spirit. I'm not feeling this dreaded tower moment for you. I'm almost feeling like you want something to break down. You're ready to say goodbye to something. You're ready for something to be rebuilt in its place. Because this is showing up in your hopes, dreams, and desires. So I feel like there's some change that you need, some change that you want. And I feel like what I'm hearing is that the foundations that something was built on, that there might have been within this structure that you were programming off of, within that structure, there might have been a lot of what I'm hearing is subconscious programming. So, maybe some negative belief systems, or, just things that might have sabotaged your growth, or might have held you back in certain ways. And so you're seeing that, you're understanding that, so this is what has been kind of built into me. And that's why these patterns kept arising. And so I feel like in the month in December, you are taking stock of where you're at also internally. So not just externally, the people around you and your environment, but I'm also seeing that you're taking an assessment of internally, what are the kinds of things that I'm saying to myself? What are the kinds of things that I'm choosing to believe? And you're choosing to do the healing work or the inner work to dismantle a lot of those things. So I feel like in the month of December, you are actively dismantling a lot of internal programming and also external circumstances that are no longer fitting with your new vision. They're no longer fitting with this new path. They don't belong there. So you're willing to break those down in your own way. And I kind of feel like you're doing it before the universe does it for you. So that way for you, it's more of in your control. It's more done in a graceful way, in a way that really helps you to gradually let something go in your own way that's peaceful, that has like this peaceful resolution to it. Sometimes Tower card doesn't usually come with that message, but that's the energy that I'm picking up on here for you. I'm not seeing some shock or some big moment. I'm kind of seeing that you are actively trying to break down things just aren't working or no longer serving you. So with the intention of rebuilding something much more sustainable, something that you can work with, something that can push you forward. Okay, final outcome for Aries this month of December. Final outcome for Aries this December. I really feel like you have like a victory or something that's coming in for you here. Okay, these are the two cards they wanted. Two of Water and the Eight of Earth. So some of you might actually meet someone, perhaps a romantic partner. It could also be a significant soul connection. I'm also kind of hearing business partner for some of you. And we also have the Eight of Earth here. So some of you may actually meet someone through your work. You may meet someone through doing some passionate life purpose work is what I'm kind of seeing. So as you're kind of putting yourself out there, you are making these necessary changes and going down a path that you feel passionate about. I feel like along the way, you're going to meet someone or you're going to come into the same energetic frequency so you can meet someone. So even if you don't meet anyone in the month of December necessarily, I feel as though in the trajectory that you're going, Aries, the way that you're going, you are bound to kind of come into this divine partnership with someone who is of a match to you or is of equal to you. And I kind of feel like there is a spiritual job or mission with both of you in it. So that's why I was also kind of feeling a business partnership, because I felt it was work related as well. So it could be a romantic partnership while at the same time as you guys do some kind of mission or you have some kind of purpose together or you work together towards some kind of goal. So, and it kind of feels like it's, you guys are very much aligned in terms of what you believe in or what you care about. So it could be some kind of social issue, or it could be just something that you're really passionate about, something that really, that resonates with you and your life and where you have been. So it kind of feels like some kind of social justice or like a humanitarian type of cause or activism kind of thing. And I kind of feel like, for example, I'm kind of seeing some, maybe some of you are like part of some kind of group or organization and you go to some meeting and then you kind of meet someone there, where you have very similar views or viewpoints and it just works. And it's this, divine partnership, like you're just very much on the same level. So it has that significant, that a really purposeful and meaningful purpose behind the relationship rather than it just being something romantic. It feels like there's something more to it. So you're coming into line with that. Those are some of the connections that are coming in for you as you're walking away from other things. You're making space. You're creating that room for things that are just more in alignment for you now. Those energies are starting to come in for you. So even if you don't see them in December, don't worry. They will come in. They will. It just takes time for all of the energies to align, and timing also plays a role in this as well. But you can use the Two of Water as confirmation that you're headed in the right direction, at least, that as you continue on this path of growth and expansion for you, that along that path you will come into contact with some connections with people that are very much in aligned and resonating with where you are now. And then at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Hermit card. So this is about connecting with yourself on a spiritual level. So in December, you might also spend some time in spiritual contemplation or meditation is what I'm hearing. I feel like meditation, I'm hearing that word really strongly. So that might be something that's really important for you this month, is to spend frequent frequent time in meditation to rejuvenate and to connect. I really feel like you're going to be very connected this month. I feel like there's going to be a lot of information, and I feel like communication between spirit is going to be very strong for you in the month of December, Aries. So meditation is going to be important with that Hermit card. That's going to be what is your guiding force. You may also spend some time alone. I feel like you might want to, because you might find that some of the people that are around you are not understanding where you're coming from, or you don't really feel like you can share a lot of the insights or what you can feel on the inside. You may not be able to share that with the people around you because they're not understanding what you're saying. So you may opt out to just kind of spend time by yourself, or, just kind of do your own thing, because it may get frustrating for you to have to explain what the changes feel like for you, is what I'm seeing here. So you may just want to take those frequent breaks and reconnect with yourself. And I feel like that just feels better for you this month. You may just feel less pressure to explain yourself, or to really have to, explain what's going on with you, especially when you don't feel heard or seen. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, let's clarify the 7 of water and the 8 of water for Aries. Yeah. So we have the 9 of wands and the Chariot. So again, this is the wounded warrior is the 9 of wands. So this is about moving away, assessing where you've been, and you're taking stock of your path so far, and you're making a significant choice. And I feel like you're coming from a place of learning a lot of hard lessons. I feel like you've have enough information, you've gathered enough information in order for you to make that movement forward. And I feel like it's a pretty big decision. And we also have Chariot here, and I'm hearing the word balance. And I feel like you're restoring balance by walking away from something, or you're trying to restore balance in your life by taking your power back, is what I'm hearing. And for some of you, walking away means taking your power back. So I feel like there's some significant choice or decision that is coming from some hard lessons learned, or a repeat of patterns. And you've kind of needed to, it's like you completed the lesson, or you learned what you needed to learn, and you're just ready to move on. You don't really feel like there's anything left there for you. So yeah, you're ready to definitely close some significant chapter here. Okay, let's clarify the 6 of fire. What is the 6 of fire about for Aries for the month of December? Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you've also gotten a really good idea about something with the Knight of Pentacles here. I feel like the Knight of Pentacles in this deck is all about the beginning stages of, again, creating something, which was very similar to the energy that I got with the Messenger of Earth. You are a student, you are learning, you are ready to get started. You've gathered the information that you needed to gather. You've accomplished something. You've reached this moment of victory. You've come this far in your spiritual journey. You've come this far in everything that you needed to learn, all the lessons that you needed to gather. And so there's this moment of celebration. There's this moment of, okay, I made it. Now what? Where do I go from here? It kind of feels like there's this like graduation moment here for you, almost, or like maybe like a mini graduation moment. Like you're at a significant junction or fork in the road, and you are ready to move on to the next chapter. And the Knight of Pentacles is all about that growth. It's all about learning how to apply everything that you've learned up until now, and taking those first steps. Okay, 9 of air. What is ending for Aries? 9 of air. The Fool. I feel like this is all about indecision. I feel like you might have spent quite a bit of time in really almost like walking in the dark, is what it feels like. With the 9 of air and the Fool card, I feel like you might have spent quite a bit of time just wandering, like not really knowing, trying different things, and kind of this trial and error of, is this going to work? Is that going to work? But I feel like in the month of December and going forward from here on out, there's a lot more clarity and confidence in where you're going. It's not, you're coming out of this fog, you're coming out of confusion, you're coming out of this not knowing how something is going to turn out, or not really sure if this path is the right one for you, but you're trying it. So it feels like there is a relief and there is a letting go or an ending to this feeling like not knowing, or this walking in the dark is what I'm feeling with the Fool and the Nine of Air. So that's ending for you, and you're coming in more into a place of confidence and being very clear about your path ahead, which is what helps us to really build something sustainable. When we're clear about what we want and we're very sure about it, that confidence is behind it. Even if we don't really necessarily know how something is going to pan out, at least we know that the path that we're on is the right one. And then all we have to do is just keep putting one foot in front of the other. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay. Messenger of Water with the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like you are finding ways to reverse this sense of lack in your life. I feel like maybe some of you might have been in a space of feeling like you don't have enough, or you feel like there are some opportunities that you were passed up on, some things that were not given to you, and feeling like there is this sense of feeling something is not fair, or some things were given to others and not to you, even though you might have put in equal or more work. So I feel like you are wanting to end that. And I feel like there's some really good idea or some new adventure that you're exploring. I'm also hearing that there's something about you changing the way you feel about something, like you're changing your inner world. You're changing the way you feel about your circumstances or your past in order to reverse them, in order to give something back to yourself that you felt like wasn't enough. I feel like you're kind of filling up that cup, because with the Five of Pentacles, I feel like you might have come from this place of, I'm not getting enough. And then the Messenger of Water is almost coming in and filling in those empty holes, or like there's a renewal here in feeling more fulfilled. I feel like that's reversing for you. You're going to feel more fulfilled in your life, in your work, which is really exciting. I like this. There's a renewal here. Yeah, I feel like that sense of lack is going to start to dissipate. Okay, clarify the Seven of Earth and Queen of Earth for Aries for December. Seven of Earth for Queen of Earth. Yeah, so you're choosing, you're deciding, you're assessing again with the Seven of Earth. And then the Two of Swords is a balancing act, trying to prioritize is what I'm seeing. And I feel like you're being very careful and you're being very methodical. So I feel like you're working very hard this month. It's almost like you're sitting down at your desk and just doing a big sweep of where you need to go from here. Like there's a big brainstorming plan. The vision boards are coming out, and you are also being very careful with your decisions, your choices, because you've learned the hard way that it's important to assess these things with that Nine of Wands. I feel like that's one of the lessons that you needed to learn, is to not act on impulse, and it's to think like you're thinking many times before you make the decision or the choice. I feel like that's something you had to learn. That's something that you had to learn from the past as you're going forward. Because also Queen of Earth is someone who takes her time. She's very patient. So it's a slow moving card. And you do have quite a few Pentacle cards here. And Pentacles are usually slow moving cards. They're because it takes time to build. It's a foundational card. It's about building your foundation and waiting for that growth. It's not quick results. And you are willing to put in the work for that. So you're being very careful about what you invest in. You're doing your research is what I'm hearing here. I'm also seeing that you're not telling anyone what you're up to. You're being very guarded. You're keeping your thoughts and your ideas and your intentions close to your chest. But I also feel like you're being guided. Your intuition is on fire this month. Yeah. And you're also keeping balance. You're keeping yourself very balanced. Yeah. You're very grounded and balanced this month, which is really good, Aries. Okay. Messenger of water. Clarify the messenger of water for Aries for December. You're all about movement forward. You're all about growth right now. That's your thing. It's like your whole focus is on that. Clarify the messenger of water for Aries. Thanks. I'm hearing your money's going to grow. I just heard that right now. Yeah. So the Lover's card. So again, there's that divine partnership. So there is a significant relationship that's coming in here for you. It might be something that is on your mind, but I feel like, so for the messenger of earth, there could also be a relationship that's coming in for you where you're willing to do the work to grow it. So that could be, relevant for some of you as well. If you're not only focused on work or, moving, I feel like if you have a significant relationship in your life or you are going to meet someone, I feel like you are willing to spend the energy and you might meet someone where you see them as worth the time and energy. You may see them as someone who is worth investing in, and you want to really get to know each other and really want to build something sustainable and strong. So this month, some of you may meet someone that you choose that you want to put that energy into. I feel like this month is all about you assessing what's worth it for you. So whether that's in a relationship or in your career or whatever it is that's dominating for you in your life, this month is all about priorities. It's all about assessing where you're at, if you like where you're at, and if you're not, then if you don't, then changing that, and just chiseling everything down to what is essential for you. So what is important to you, what matters to you, and getting rid of all the fluff. And if you feel like there's a lot of fluff or there's some confusion or some things around you that you need to take a look at, I feel like you're dedicating that time this month to doing that. So you're being very clear and very intentional with where you want to go forward from here, Aries. Okay. So again, meditation is going to be really important for you this month because we have the High Priestess with the Four of Swords. We also have the Hermit card here. So that's going to be important for you this month because your just intuition, I don't know how else to say it, but your intuition, your crown chakra is on fire. Like you are going to be really seeing something very clearly. Some of you may even have an awakening. Some of you may even, it just feels like so radical to me. Some of you may just be having really prophetic dreams. Some of you might even have some kind of connection with someone that comes in your dreams. So this could also be something romantic or something like a love partnership, but there's something here about your intuition, spirituality, and love and connections here. But yeah, and I think that's why it's so important to clear your energy channels because it feels like spirit wants to give you something or some kind of message. And so, but it's hard for some of those messages to come in when we feel cluttered or when we feel like, it can't filter through because we're so wrapped up in our worries or things that we need to do, or there's a lot of energy stagnation. So I'm hearing very strongly to clear your energy channels on a regular basis. So clearing the chakras, exercise, breathing, meditation, whatever works for you, however you do it, really invest your time in those spiritual practices to help you find that balance and clarity because there just feels like there's something the divine wants to give you something, wants to give you some kind of message or some kind of insight that is specific to your life. So clearing the channels, making the space open and available for that is going to be important. Okay, let's clarify the Tower here for Aries. Clarifying the Tower for Aries for the month of December. I feel like there are parts of some kind of foundation that have already broken down is what I'm seeing. So this could just be, kind of like the last minute. or not last minute, but the final dismantling of some things. Again, we have the 7 of Pentacles, and then we have the 8 of Wands. So I feel like there may be I'm seeing that there may be some offers or some opportunities, because the 8 of Wands is opportunities, energy coming in quickly and coming in fast. So some of you may find that you have an opportunity or you have some kind of offer that comes in pretty quickly that pulls you out of the situation that you're in. And I feel like you're at that place, you're at that cross in the road, the fork in the road, for you to make that move. And I feel like as you pull yourself out of some kind of situation that you're in now, that it's going to cause a crumbling of the foundation that you were in. It's almost like you are the last piece that's holding it up, that's holding up that tower. And I feel like something that you've invested in, or someone wanting to invest in you, is going to offer you something. And it may be a move. It may be like a job offer where it requires you to move. And you taking that offer could cause something that is just ready to be done to finally have its last fall, almost, is what I'm seeing here. But I'm not really seeing it being traumatic. It just feels like it's time for something to come down, and it's time for you to just move on, is what I'm seeing here. You're ready. And I feel like you have the necessary tools. I feel like you have all the resources that you need. You've built that up for yourself in order for you to make this move. It kind of feels like everything is aligned and it's ready, and it's just you who has to make the choice to take it, to say yes. So taking those risks and taking those chances into moving into a new path is going to be really important for you here. There's a strong energy of you taking risks lately. Is what I'm sensing. And I feel like that's going to be really strong for you in December, is taking risks and taking chances on yourself. But it feels like a calculated chance. It doesn't feel like I don't see you feeling scared about it. I feel like it's something you've thought about, something that you've really sat down with, and you know what you're doing. Okay, 2 of Water and 8 of Earth for Aries. Clarifying for the 2 of Water and 8 of Earth. Final outcome. King of Cups. Yeah, see? So I feel like this is all about resonating with someone on an emotional level. I feel like there's someone that's coming in here for you where you both can meet each other you understand each other on an emotional level. And not just on an emotional level, but it's like you understand each other's hearts, is what I'm seeing. So someone who can meet you in the same place that you're at. So this is very beautiful. I think that there's a very significant romantic partnership that's coming in where both of you just really resonate with each other. And it feels like it's someone who you don't have to really explain yourself to too much, for them to understand or get you. I feel like they feel things in the way that you feel them. And that is what helps both of you to connect. That it's not a lot of work, it's, there's a deep resonance there. But there's also an element though here of working on it. I feel like you are going to meet someone where there is a desire to want to put the work in. You see someone as worth it. Let me pick one more here. One more for the King of Cups here for Aries. Yeah, clarity. And I feel like, you'll see this person very clearly. It'll be very clear to you. And I'm hearing that for some of you, maybe even the one. So that's really special, and that's really significant, because you have some really important, relationship cards here. We have the Lovers and the King of Cups and the 2 of Water, Ace of Swords. So, this is all about clarity. This is about coming into union and being very clear about who they are and who you want to be with. So, listen to your intuition, listen to your heart here, because it feels like there's some significant partnership. It feels like you're teaming up with someone who's very special to you. Okay, beautiful, Aries. Let's get into some oracle cards here. What is a challenge for Aries this month of December? What is Aries being challenged with the month of December? Freedom. I feel like things might just not be moving as quickly as you want them to. I feel like you are able to see ahead very far into the future. You know, like what, you know, the trajectory of how things are going. And so you may be a little bit frustrated with feeling a bit stuck. Like you're like in your mind, you see this whole new beginning, but then you look at your reality around you and it's nowhere near what you're seeing in your mind. And so you may find that that is really frustrating for you because things are just not happening fast enough. So what I'm hearing is to make sure that you're staying in the moment and that you take everything day by day. And even though you can see, because I'm really kind of seeing that, you know, since you're so in tune, more so than usual this month, it feels like you may struggle with it, you know, that, and sometimes there's no way around that. Sometimes we just see what we see and we know what we know. And then you're right. Like our reality is not nowhere near what we're seeing in our mind. And so I feel like the only thing you can really do is to try your best to stay in the moment, but that may be something that comes up for you this month, but also know that it's not that, that just because it's not here right now doesn't mean it's not coming. So we can hold on to that faith and that hope that, you know, something is coming, because I know you can feel that there's going to be some radical changes. And the thing is the radical changes could just be a slow unfolding, that they just don't all boom happen at once, that it's a slow progress. It's a slow unfolding. And so if we can kind of stay in the moment day by day and take that time while we're waiting, take that time to continue to work on ourselves, take that time to continue to really take good care of our spiritual hygiene. That keeps coming up as well, spiritual hygiene. Okay, what can Aries look forward to in the month of December? What is something Aries can look forward to in the month of December? Pleasure. Really nice. I feel like you're going to be feeling lighter. So some of you may be just releasing a lot of energy and releasing a lot of burdens, a lot of stress, a lot of pressures. I feel like there's a calming to the nervous system this month for you. They're not really worried about things as much as you used to be. And I feel like you may find it easier to enjoy your days. You may find it easier to enjoy things in your life, you know, even the simple things, that there's not this lingering or this vibe in the background of something is not right or something feels unsettled. I feel like you'll be more you'll have the space to enjoy things and to feel happy because you are lighter, you're healing, you've released so much. And so now there's a lot of space and it kind of feels like you're just taking pleasure in the everyday and even in the simple things in life. Which actually what I'm hearing is will accelerate your growth by doing that, by just kind of not really seeking or frantically looking for the next best thing, or, you know, the next thing that's going to make me happy or to fill in this void. When you're able to master that experience or that ability to just to know that things are changing and they'll come when they'll come, to have that surrender and still be able to enjoy your everyday life, to live in that state of inner peace, is going to help you manifest all the things that you're seeing for yourself even faster. It's going to come even quicker, is what I'm seeing. And so that's what I see you doing this month. Okay. What do the angels have to say for Aries this month of December? Angels have to say for Aries in the month of December. Divine timing. Perfect. This is so perfect for the rest of the message, because I feel like that kept coming up for you, that this is all just a matter of time. It's not about if, it's about when. And again, just being in the moment is going to, it's like we have to be able to allow Spirit to do its thing, because there are some things that Spirit can see that we can't. Some things that need to be put in place that we are not able to see. So I feel like trusting in that and surrendering in that, which I really feel like you're already doing. I feel like you're already in that place. And I feel like you are going into this month with a strong sense of trust and surrender. And I think that again, that's going to take you really far. So I think this is just confirmation that you're right on point. That if you're in that place of being able to just surrender and trust, that you're doing everything right. So good job, Aries. Okay, one more deck here. And I'm just pulling a card for self-care. So what can Aries do to take care of themselves this month? What can Aries do to take care of themselves this month? The power of support. I'm grateful for all the love and support I receive. It is the most precious of life's gifts. Beautiful. So I think that this month it's going to be really important to seek support. So either it's with Spirit, with your guides, especially if you feel like you don't have a whole lot of people around you who you feel like are supporting you. And it's also important for you to have your own back. And it's also important for those of you who have people to allow them to help you, to allow them to support you, to allow them to be there for you. Because I think that letting people in and letting that community, or finding even a support group. So if some of you feel like you're alone, or you don't feel like you have a whole lot of support, this month may be a good month to seek that out. It may be a good month to find those who are like-minded, or even one other person who can really hold space for you, to cheer you on, to celebrate with you, to help you to feel like, your accomplishments are worth celebrating. Because if we tell ourselves, that, yes, I accomplished this, but no one cares, and I'm just going to let it go, it's going to do the opposite of helping us to grow. Sometimes that's a hard thing to learn, or a hard thing to do when we're used to doing things on our own, is to open ourselves up and letting people in. So this is a very nurturing practice to help us to lower down our walls and open up our heart, is to allow other people in, is to, trust that people can understand, that there are people out there that do understand, and that we're not alone in things. So this is going to be important for you, Aries, is to allow people to help you, allow people to support you, and if you feel like you don't have that in your life, this may be a good month to maybe come out of that comfort zone and to put yourself out there a little bit in finding a community, a support group, even online, even if it overwhelms you to necessarily talk to someone, or reach out your hand and introduce yourself to someone. Sometimes even just joining an online forum or a support group, something where you feel seen and you feel heard, is going to help a great deal. So something to think about there. I think this is a very powerful month. You're showing up so powerfully, and I'm excited to see what 2022 has in store for you. I hope this reading resonated, and if it did, don't forget to like and subscribe, as it's very helpful for the channel, and I'll see you for next month. Bye, Aries.